the definitely monthly podcast that you all have been waiting for. On this week's
Wait, hold on,
episode,
Doug. I thought we scheduled it literally every week.
yeah, but we show up like maybe one out of every four. So it's link flaps. There's all kinds of failures. The model just isn't converging, bro. There's all kinds of reasons. But today,
dude, I think at least we have a higher success of training good models than OpenAI does.
Okay, that's the spicy take, and with us today to give spicy takes like that is Wei. Wei is a new member of the SemiAnalysis empire. Now, the sun doesn't set on SemiAnalysis, and also we outnumber everyone else on this podcast today. So, Wei's here from SemiAnalysis. So is Dylan Patel of SemiAnalysis, of course. Jordan Schneider, China Talk, a future SemiAnalysis property, and John.
I'm currently USAID funded.
Yeah, USAID funded, and John
it doesn't exist anymore.
John, dude, that's why we're questioning why you're here on the podcast. And John,
that's how we know you're joining SemiAnalysis soon. You're out of funds because USAID funding is drying up, and then you'll have no choice but to come crawling to Doug and me.
Yeah, leverage going down by the
dude. Where does that leave you? Back to us. Anyways, and then John of Ajinomoto, also a future SemiAnalysis platform, and yeah, that's it. So yeah, Transistor Radio, Chip Chat, and we actually have content today, which is unlike any other episode. So please enjoy your slop.
All right.
Yeah,
we're starting off with a clip. I prepared for this.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
That China already has. And I deal with Jensen, who's a great guy, and Nvidia. The chip that we're talking about, the H20, it's an old chip. China already has it in a different form, different name, but they have it. Or they have a combination of two will make up for it, and even then some. Now, Jensen's a very brilliant guy, and Jensen also has a new chip, the Blackwell. Do you know what the Blackwell is? The Blackwell is super duper advanced. I wouldn't make a deal with that, although it's possible I'd make a deal, a somewhat enhanced in a negative way Blackwell. In other words, take 30% to 50% off of it. But that's the latest and the greatest in the world. Nobody has it. They won't have it for 5 years. But the H20 is obsolete. It's one of those things, but it still has a market. So I said, listen, I want 20% if I'm going to prove this for you, for the country, for our country, for the U.S. I don't want it myself. Every time I say like 747, I want, yeah, for the Air Force. That's all I just wanted. So when I say I want 20, I want for the country. I only care about the country. I don't care about myself. And he said, would you make it 15? So we negotiated a little deal. So he's selling a essentially old chip that Huawei has a similar chip, a chip that does the same thing. And I said, good, if I'm going to give it to you, because they have a, they have a stopper, what we call a stopper, not allowed to do it. It's really known as a restrictive covenant. And I said, if I'm going to do that, I want you to pay us as a country something, because I'm giving you a release. I released them only from the H20. Now, on the Blackwell, I think he's coming to see me again about that, but that will be a unenhanced version of the big one. Like, I don't know, we will sometimes sell fighter jets to a country, and we'll give them 20% less than we have. You know what I mean?
I'm shocked. I'm shocked that he. I didn't watch that clip yet. I just saw it linked, and I didn't have time to watch it yet. Oh my gosh, this is an incredible clip.
I think we're all speechless. I mean, where do you even begin? Super duper
So the real question, no. The real question is, H20 was already below Nvidia's corporate average gross margin. It was less than H100 and H200 margin. And now with this 15% haircut, is Nvidia going to finally sell GPUs at AMD's margin?
I think
the donation might be tax deductible.
They'll do a price raise. That's what they should do.
My question is, if we're trying to hook China on America's bad AI, why aren't we subsidizing the export of H20s? Why are we making it more expensive?
Looky here, we got Mr. USA talking about government subsidies again. Doesn't want America to win. He wants America to be indebted forever.
All right, so the $1 billion that we'll make, what are we putting it towards? Can we just use that money to buy drones for Taiwan? Can that be like a straight shot in the budget? Or is it
How
just
does
going
this
to,
even
like, the
mechanically work?
treasury?
Can you like, this is the thing I don't understand. Like, can you explicitly tax a product leaving this? Like, well, I guess it never touches the U.S. shores, but like, how do you, how do you do this?
I mean,
Isn't
it's
this just an
actually
export
illegal.
tariff?
The export tariffs are illegal. It says in the Constitution you can't do export tariffs.
It's not a tariff. It's not an export tariff. The H20 never touches the U.S. shore. It
it's
is
a skill
manufactured in
issue.
Taiwan with Korean memory, and it is assembled in Taiwan and then it is shipped to China.
But American
It never
company.
touches
I
the
think-
U.S. shores.
I think the export control conversation, because everyone's like, oh, it's illegal, that feels like a skill issue, if I'm being honest with you. Donald Trump has acquired like $1 billion of pro bono legal hours. I'm sure those pro bono legal, brain theorists will think of something. If I had to structure it, I'll be like, no, it's not an export control on against another country. It's a rev-share.
Yeah.
It's a license. Yeah.
It's a
Well, my
donation.
question
Donation.
is-
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a fee.
Put it in the super pack.
Basically a
My
fee.
question is, like,
Hold on. It's not 15% to the U.S. government. It's 15% to Donald Trump's re-election campaign for his fourth term. Because he had 2 terms previously. He's on his third. The second one is kind of contested, but and this is re-election for his fourth term.
But my question is, did Jensen bring this up? Because once Trump had a number in his head, he was like, oh, he said 10, I'll say 20, and then we'll meet at 15, and then we have a deal. And like, you stop thinking about whether or not it's a good thing to sell the H20s to China, and then you're just in this like, oh, I'm in like deal maker reptile brain. Like, hats off to the Nvidia GA team if they came up with that. Real 10 points for them.
I mean, Jensen's gone to meet Trump how many times? I think like there's people within the U.S. admins who wanted to sell H20. There's people who want to ban it. And somewhere in the middle were all the people that are like, we want to make deals with China. And Trump probably saw his advisors all around him. And he's like, well, if this thing is so like hotly contested, maybe we should get paid for it. Do you really think Jensen would have suggested this?
I think if he's smart, he would have.
Or do you think Trump came up with it himself? I think there's literally only 2 possibilities, right? Jensen came up with it, or Trump suggested it.
Because it is so illegal that you have to actually be, like, you can't be an export control lawyer and come up with this. Because it's just not. It's just
Yeah, but
beyond
export
the pale.
control lawyers have proven that they're very incompetent and unable to actually do their job. So that's besides the point.
So just for the record, where do we stand on selling Blackwells to China?
There's a price for everything, Jordan.
Okay, what about
this is
B28?
Like, let's be honest. I mean, if GPT-5 is as good as China can get, I think it's fine. Let's just sell it.
Whoa!
John from the Raptors.
I think like
Like,
selling
I've been
Blackwell to
saying
China
this
is
for a
obviously
while.
like very bad.
Like, why does this matter? Like, just keep letting them sell. Let them buy them.
I'm tired. Okay.
But
Um,
John
Does
does
this-
it.
Does this
John does have a
increase or
point.
decrease invasion risk? This decreases invasion risk, right?
You tell me. I don't know. How much better are your drones gonna get with those H20 or gimped Blackwell trained models to command your drone swarms?
I don't know. Wait.
Like,
Speak
Dylan's
up.
going at like 1 frame every 2
Yeah,
seconds.
Dylan's
Yeah.
going 1 frame a second.
Someone.
John has a
Wait,
point.
I
though.
want to hear your fucking shilling H20 sales. Like, let's hear it.
Hey, all right. We may or may not had a bit of a war in the semi-analysis Slack between me and Dylan, taking a little bit different sides. I've been of the mindset that we should flood China with compute because, as John said, if this is as good as we're gonna get with GPT-5, I mean, might as well make some money off of them, right? Before this AI bubble bursts. So we should
Dude,
just
I
flood
can't
the
believe
country.
you
with
literally
compute.
left your hedge fund if you thought the AI bubble was gonna burst. Incredible that you thought you should leave your hedge fund.
Dylan, I'm not known to make economically wise decisions. All right, this is the pure vibes.
Yeah, he
But
has
also,
the chart.
who?
The chart's pretty good, dude. The upside down pyramid, that was pretty good.
We
I
have-
really like. You can explain why.
It's a chart to introduce myself, Jordan. You know, it's called From Riches to Rags, and it basically goes by AUM, starting with the first fund I worked for, which was pretty large, and then the second fund, which we shall not name for now, and then the fund I launched, and then SemiAnalysis at 0 billion AUM, and it's consistent with my thought process over time. But no, I mean, I think I have somewhat of a point, right? Like I think Jensen wants to sell as many of these chips as he can to lock China into our ecosystem. The one thing that's durable is our chip ecosystem, right? And yeah, it probably reduces the need for China to invade Taiwan if we sell them. What was Trump's words? Like 3-year-old hardware. I mean, the Hopper's been out for like 2 years, so. But if we tell Trump this is 3-year-old hardware, I'm sure he'll believe it.
And also, if AMD can't do it, I guess China will probably do it faster, let's be real. The real rock'em bull case is that Chinese hardware engineers are going to fix the AMD software stack faster than they can. And boom, parity, almost instantly.
Give them an economic incentive to fix Rock'em. I love it.
Dylan, what's your side of this?
I'm curious how was AMD able to get the yes? We can also pay 15% for MI308X. Like, was it like Trump talked to Jensen and then they agreed to 15%, and then some bozo and a random person, the admin, is like, "Yo, AMD, by the way, Jensen got this deal for y'all." And they're like, "Oh, sick." Like, is that what happened, or?
Jensen probably calculated the operating profit break even for AMD and said, "You know what, 15% is good enough to kneecap them." Those guys are making shit selling China.
This is like AMD. This is like Intel, like giving AMD the low end like PC laptop market in like Brazil, and like saying, "Yeah, okay, you guys can. We're not a monopoly. We're not a monopoly. Look at all these units they're shipping."
Yeah, Jensen does a giant, huge brand, and he's like, Lisa makes exactly $1 from this deal. She did all the work. She's like, $14, 14%. She would have made a profit. 16, she would lose money. $1, 15%. That's how the deal came about. Jensen and his Galaxy brain use all those GPUs, and Lisa's probably happy about it.
I still want to hear
I actually don't understand why it's illegal, though. Like, can you explain why it's illegal?
I mean, I can read you. It's like Clause 4 of the Constitution. You can't.
Yeah.
There is no export tariff. This is not being exported.
In the traditional sense of it, sure. But since it's an American product made by an American company, and everything that is an American IP is in a very broad interpretation and export, then I guess, I don't know, man. This is for the lawyers to figure out.
I mean, the United States administration has seen the U.S. Constitution as like a flexible thing. I mean, whatever, like sometime.
Yeah. Well, this will get litigated like 3 years from now.
This is a skill issue. Yeah. And Trump has more lawyers.
It's not export. Like, there's literally nothing in here about an export. Now, could they create a new designation and be like, "Oh, we're going to tax this sale of this designated good at a certain rate," then fine. Like, but that also requires congressional approval.
They'll find something. It's one big 15% admin fee, like admin processing fee.
Yeah, I mean,
anything else we want to talk about before we move on?
Well, yeah, I want to hear the other side.
What if instead of drones, we fund BIS export restriction, like end use verification on GPUs, and prevention of circumvention of export controls on equipment and HVM with this $1 billion that the U.S. government makes. Ooh, now we're talking.
Or why can't we just let them get cloud access to the H20s they buy and put them all in Malaysia and Singapore?
Because then Malaysia and Singapore will be invaded.
They were doing that They were doing that in GB200, first of all. And why do they need to be in China? Is because China wants that. What do you mean? But
why do we need to, if they're going to buy them, and like like how much purchasing is diverted from Nvidia, or how much demand is diverted from Nvidia to Huawei because your cluster is in Malaysia instead of Shanghai.
I mean, if you're saying that, like, I don't know what you're trying to say here, but if you're saying that, like, Huawei can't be exported to Malaysia, right? So then you
No.
Huawei
If
can
I'm
be
a
in
Chinese,
China,
if
so
I'm a
then-
Chinese hyperscaler, and I'm gonna be one of these people who's buying these H20s, if I can have access to the same H20, but it lives in Malaysia, like, am I gonna buy less of them because they're in Malaysia versus being able to have my own data center in China?
yeah, why not? I mean, China's got more power. It's got there's bandwidth issues, and then like didn't Xi Jinping say that every province wants a data center in their kind of in their city? Look, everyone looks bored about this. Let's move on.
All right,
Like,
fine.
I can see everyone's faces, and they're just like,
Yeah, dude, I
frowning.
don't care, bro. This is the GPT-5 episode, and you're telling me
not
we're
China
fucking
talk.
talking
GPT-5
about-
It's not
episode we're
China
talking about.
Yeah, this is
I know you've
so
subsumed us
USAID
into the
funded,
sub-brand.
dude.
Dude, USAID is still impacting us
We're doing
today,
a
even though we
different
defunded
emergency
them.
Pod. I'm gonna have to do another show tomorrow because you guys are not taking the bait here. All right, GPT-5.
You can send this to
Samma,
whatever the sub.
Why'd you get us so
excited?
excited? Wasn't nice of you.
Yeah, Dylan, did you think OpenAI actually thought GPT-5 was going to be a good model? Because the amount of hype was disproportionate.
Like,
Still even
two-
there. It's just
It's just a black box. Well, you mean?
I think GPT-5 is amazing if you're finance brained.
That's not true. People are freaking out in finance right now. Dude, Dylan,
Yeah, they're all
we've been
freaking out.
fielding calls all day saying, is this over? Should we cut our GPU estimates in half?
Yeah, actually, that's true. I mean, no, I think there was there the Twitter hype train that there usually is. Do you remember the strawberry hype train for 0103? There's just not like because like half of Twitter or X now is funded by OpenAI. Like OpenAI influencers are real, so they just weren't that hype about it. I don't know. GPT-5 feels like goodbye, Dylan. Feels like a launch for the poors, aka all the free users. That's what it's about, in my opinion. It's my.
Is there any
Well,
like
is-
indication that whatever is underneath GPT-5 is actually better than whatever they're doing, or that they really did just add this router layer on top?
We gotta. I don't know if we're gonna leak the hot take on Transistor Radio, the most alpha drop ever, or not. As Dylan, but Dylan's not here, so
He's probably
I don't know.
changing.
Yeah, changing on the streets of SF. What's the okay? Honestly, let's just chat about. Let's just talk about GPT-5 first and foremost.
Sure.
Router layer. It's effectively probably the same. It's like similar to 4.0. Our vibe is that it's not bigger by a lot. It's probably a similar, maybe a larger model. I don't know what the pre-training is. I don't know, but like I think the thing is everyone expected the pre-training to be up a ton, and it's clearly just RL to hell, right? Like this is an RL max model, and I think, yeah,
It's like GPT 4.0.5 or 4.0.2 or something like that. You know, like very
is that
incremental.
4.5 actually? I think that's the number I'm thinking of, but I think they actually used that already. So
No,
so they
they-
had to
they-
do. I think they're like, whoa, we run out. We can't do 4.6, and they're like,
their
whoa,
naming quality, the naming and quality increased, but inversely the model improvements decreased.
Got
You
worse.
can have one or the other, right? An incredible model with shit naming, or a really mid model with really good naming.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, I think it's a name issue for real. I don't think they should have called it 5. But I don't know what they're gonna call it. So, and they wanted to do a product launch.
I mean, I think they collapsed the model architectures, right? Like before, they had this Chinese menu of model names, and
That's
you had no
racist.
idea which one was the best. Well, no, we got quorum here. We got quorum.
Chinese menus are really big. I think that's like
Yeah, Chinese menus are really big, right? And they're real complicated.
I'm just saying.
And
I'm
it's
just saying. No,
it's
I'm just
basically
kidding.
the same 3 dishes cooked, you know,
Yeah, it's like hot oil or
Sour.
like sour,
Yeah,
or
spicy.
it's
So-
steamed.
Some
Yeah.
would say this dish was pre-trained like all the other dishes. It wasn't a new dish, you know. It was using this, but you know, same chef, right? Same chef, and same ingredients, but new improved. No, I mean,
New
I
improved
think
meaning.
I think they tried to like, yeah, my pet theory is they're trying to save GPUs for actually like research and training, and by collapsing the menu count, right? You know, like In and Out, they have like 2 items and they're super profitable. So I think that's what they're trying to do.
But
That
then,
makes
so
sense
why
to me.
would they call this 5? Why not like 4.6, 4.7, or something like that?
No one's gonna
John,
tune
they're-
into 4.6.
Yeah, no one's gonna tune in 4.6.
J-
You can't
John's-
post you can't tweet an image of the Death Star and then call it
It's 'cause-
4.6.
Dude, also I gotta say they really shouldn't have posted an image of a Death Star. Like that was pretty. Come on. And then did you see the Gemini? They tweeted there's a guy who's like dev relations, and he tweeted the
X-Wings?
the Rebel, the X-wings, and you're just like, bro, Gemini's about to cook
Google
your
as the
ass,
Rebel
man.
Alliance. I mean,
Yeah.
ugh.
Yeah,
that's-
Goo-
Can we talk about the energy on their live stream for a second? There was like one person who seemed happy to be there, maybe 1.5. I kind of
mean-
felt bad for them. It's like if you're not into it, like just don't talk on it. I don't know.
Do you think it's like a transistor radio where we put it on the calendar and then we have to come and talk about things even when we're not excited
we're not,
about them? and so
He's
they're
like
just,
getting launched on Transistor Radio. You heard it here first.
so they're just sitting there and they're like, oh shit, I got to be really excited about this, and they're like, yeah, today it's really good at I don't know, it was a pretty low energy launch. And then also maybe we should talk about like we actually just tweeted about this about the SWE bench hack, right? Because everyone made fun of them for the chart, and that was pretty, I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty funny. Because you know, clearly it was like a bad chart. Maybe the whole thing was done.
I thought they planted that bad chart.
Maybe they
This
did
is
the
the
whole
first chart
thing.
they showed.
They did the whole thing with GPT-5, so it just didn't do a good job.
That or they swapped out the model last minute. They had a much better model that fit the lines.
That's a good. Now we're cooking. Way
here's the
I
thing.
get
If
what.
Now
you're-
we're cooking.
If you're raising 500 billion, if you're raising on a $500 billion valuation, you want to be able to show the prospective investors something secret you have coming out later,
But
right?
I mean,
like that's
it
part of the
could be.
pitch you're making.
They could literally think like, yo, mission accomplished, right? We psyoped the most gullible, toppish Japanese investor in the history of Earth to give us another $10 billion, and we have this stuff coming. So like, we're good, right? Like we can just launch slop for the rest of until the next race. That's one.
Dude, I
Are we
wanna-
are we worried about like talent density at OpenAI yet? How are we feeling on that front?
That's a way question, not a Doug question.
That's a Dylan question. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't think. I think there weren't that many core researchers that took the offer, but yeah, the big question is what are they cooking over there? Because what we're being served is AI slop.
And we know they have more GPUs.
We know they have
Okay.
a ton more GPUs.
Wait, I wanna freaking take, dude. I wanna make a take right now. But-
You should put out the take, man. Do it.
Okay,
Without-
okay,
without the
okay.
take. Dylan-
Because
Dylan-
Sam
I-
tweeted about it.
his-
Sam
his
tweeted about it,
internet-
right?
his internet
Did he
crashed.
tweet about it?
Sam
Did he tweet about
tweeted
it?
about how many people on the free tier, which is like the vast majority of
Okay.
people using this, were using thinking mode.
Okay. That's true. Thinking is increasing. Okay, so let's actually talk about what GPT-5 is. Big brain galaxy finance time, brothers. Okay, TLDR, there's 650 million free users, and those guys cost $1 bajillion, and there's a Pareto curve, and they hit their rate limits and all that crap. But that's where most of the users are always going to be, and I think GPT-5 is for them. 5 is probably a cheapish as hell model to do. And then with the routing, could be really cheap because instead of asking these really dumb questions, it'll go to the smallest model possible. But even bigger brain, what 5 is the routing is the launch effectively. And what we think that this could possibly be setting them up for is a new way to monetize for users, specifically for advertising and or some kind of agentic purchasing. So just think about it this way. One of the core things of the router is you ask, how hard is this question to answer? What if you have one more capability that says, how economic is this query to serve effectively? And so today they're putting in the infrastructure to launch what will eventually be some kind of new advertising way. I have crazy speculations about it just because I think I think OpenAI is allergic to the concepts of like display ads, and I don't think anyone wants display ads. But let's just kind of also talk about the timeline here. I can't pronounce her first name. Simo got Fiji. Simi Fiji. Yeah, I think, but it's spelled weird. So I'm just going to Simo. Simo got hired in May. Okay. And then all of a sudden, last month on a podcast, Sam Altman is like, so last year's like, that's the last possible thing we'll ever do. And then last month on a podcast, he said, we're seriously considering putting advertisements in into the free product. And then today you get a router. So what I think this is the silent launch of, what could potentially be a new way to monetize the vast majority of their users. And like, let's be real, dude. Do they really care about Pro and Plus users? Like, those guys are losing them money hand over fist, especially the Pro tier, right? Those guys are, and like, the Pro high taste people on Twitter, they're all complaining because like now they can't blast out O3 deep research. Dude, those guys are the guys like burning a hole in their pocket. The 1% of users that are using 20x, they're uneconomic. And so what this is really focused on is the vast majority of ChatGPT's consumer base, which is a free user base, and puts into place what the infrastructure that will eventually support a new monetization. So yeah, that's my flaming hot take.
Explain how the monetization works. So like when I search for like, give me the best home insurance, it like cranks up an incredibly good answer with some special links.
So special links is one way, but if you're going to be like, and this is just, I feel like now we've congratulations, Transistor Radio, you got the whole alpha drop from me. Okay, we posted about this today, and I think in SemiAnalysis, like right before this podcast. So pretty much, I think and please, can you delay this a little bit? Just so like our our freaking fun guys can read it for a little bit, or the industry guys. The thing that I think could happen that really sounds compelling to me is like agentic purchasing. So something where it's like, okay, I can just imagine Sam Altman be like, we're against ads, but clearly what ChatGPT is becoming is an advisor in your everyday life, a companion, a person that you trust as a relation, to help your life. And that's why today we're launching ChatGPT Advisor, who will agentically do things on your behalf. And then the whole monetization is effectively a referral scheme, right? So it's like, okay, ChatGPT, book me a flight in the last week of August and see what the best time for my calendar is. And then on the back end, it's linked to whatever. If Booking and Expedia still exist, whatever, and then they do the whole thing, they purchase the whole thing. It goes to a big modal that says, are you cool with me purchasing this thing? And you say yes. Your payment's linked up or some, crazy bullshit. And then everyone on the back end gets paid in referral fees. And then what you've done is you completely collapsed the entire search, the entire customer journey. Instead of them paying for XYZ search tickets or, search keywords, all that stuff you can, and then I think honestly, if they really did that, I think that would be a really, really, really good product that I would probably use very quickly, especially as it got better.
That's not advertising though, right? That's more like
OpenAI financial advisor, OpenAI doctor. I mean, there's like so much kind of thing.
Yeah. And it actually fits into their ethos, right? Because they want to be a consumer super app. This is a consumer super app, right? And so it would be like, Okay, my favorite example is always the DUI lawyer, because like the lawyer query keywords, I don't know if you know, they're like #1, dude. The click-through rate on a mesothelioma lawyer is like $3, which is like unheard of. So if you just click the link, it costs someone $3. If you just Google mesothelioma lawyer right now, so valuable because the intention is so high. But imagine like a lawyer agent. Okay, I just got a DUI. I probably need a lawyer right now. It's like, okay, where are you? What state are you? Blah, blah, blah. Let's make a plan. This is what you shouldn't say. I'm going to reach out to a lawyer on behalf. I looked at a few, made an email already. Here's the phone number when you call. Would you want to start this plan? And you say yes, and someone on the other side is like, dude, I'll pay $10, $20, $100 for that lead, because the DUI lawyer is going to cut, 10 to 20 grand from that whole engagement. So the cost of acquisition is so low. And then just imagine the conversion if you have this really well laid out, thought out plan that tells you, it handholds you. It just says, click this button and we will start, right? That level of conversion, you can throw a lot of tokens at too. You could spend 100. You can spend $100 of tokens or something if you know the conversion rate is 100%, right?
But
and so that's
kind of like against the point though. Like if they know that the lawyer is paying money to be featured by ChatGPT, isn't that kind of like a problem?
It's your sycophantic advisor, okay? It slurp suck and tells you what you want. That's probably true, but I think there's also a little bit of in the beginning it's gonna be like you sign up for the auction, and then the auction god router thing tells you what is the right or wrong answer, and then purchases or doesn't purchase completely based on whatever it wants to do. So let's use the flights example, because I think that's a little bit more fair. Can you book me a flight? Sorry, we only have Delta flights and we don't have American flights. Well, then boom, everyone's on there. Then all of a sudden you have 80% market share, and then it's just like, airlines offering flights. It quickly becomes the status quo. You can also argue that the keywords on top of a Google search are the exact same thing, but people pay a lot of money because it's extremely economic and it seems to work out. I think it will just be like, I'm sure some clever aggregator in the lawyer case will like add it all up and be like, this is the lawyer who's highest rated near you that works with your type of client and at this cost rate, and maybe it does a final choose, and between the last two not ads, inventory that is being offered for the take rate, there is a choice. But if you were a lawyer and you knew that you could put your inventory into this DUI agent. I love DUI. I don't know why I keep using DUI agent. Into the DUI agent bot god. I think I would always say yes until the business stopped working. Because how it would feel on the other side is you wake up with inbound that is so hot and ready to go. It is effectively a whole thing, and maybe it's so agentic that you talk with the agent first, and the agent gets this all kicked off instead of you having to go back and forth. This whole thing, there's a lot of different verticals that you can start. If I had to guess, it's going to be flights first. Also, you should, something that kind of leaks, or not leaks, but like kind of points to, they have customer service benchmarks that I felt like were weirdly out of place. It was telecom, healthcare, and airlines. And that kind of, I think, like a good example is T-Mobile. I just moved to a new apartment. Can you set up my internet for me? And then it just says, okay, here's the 2 service providers in your area. Do you want to use X or Y? And it's like, which one is faster and cheaper? And it's like, well, this is cheaper and this one's faster. And you're like, I want the faster one. And then on the back end, that customer is going to be there for 2.5 years, whatever. There's great LTV calcs. They understand their customer. And they're like, we would be more than happy to pay 3% of the contract value today if we knew that this was a conversion. And so that's a lot of money, and that's more than, like, they're more than willing to bake that. That to me is something I can see as like an agentic purchasing process that people would really appreciate and like the customer experience, but also they would really, I think the end seller into the market would really enjoy. It's a two-sided marketplace. So,
John, I think this is literally like the affiliate business model, but reinvented, right? And the affiliate is the AI. I mean, they're already holding a lot of traffic effectively hostage, right? If you look at like websites and how much traffic they're getting from AI, it's like growing a lot. And so my guess is like that's the end state, what Doug's describing, but the intermediate state is just like hey, we have a bunch of traffic to send you, pay us or else, or something like that. Yeah, like people.
Wait, this doesn't
people
feel
are
like
lazy.
you. Are you okay?
What's up?
Your voice got really weird. I was like, bro, you spoke a cigarette just now?
No, also he just sounds all formal and shit. Doug, is this how he sounds like on client calls?
Wait, dude, I don't.
John, I'm
Wait.
new to being famous.
Wei doesn't have the temperature control. Okay, I don't think he's either serious or he's extremely unserious. Of which there are tales in the Slack, or not unserious, but just Wei. I don't know. You speak for yourself. You're on the pulpit.
John, is it now that we admit to everyone who actually invented the Hitachi magic wand meme?
It was Wei.
You heard it here first. It was
You heard it here first.
Wei explored bravely by himself. He plumbed the depths and to figure out what John's greatest potential video could be. He's like, this is something I am a user of. I'm a net promoter, and I need to promote it to my most influential friend to make a YouTube video. And that's how it all came to be.
John, what
You
was the
heard it here
gender
first.
breakdown on that one? Well, have you
Say
made
that
this
again.
video yet?
No.
I have the research for it.
This is okay. If John joins the SemiAnalysis empire, he might not announce it, but you'll know. There'll be signs, and the sign will be the first day pinned to the top of YouTube. Hitachi, the story of the magic wand, East meets West. Or Eastern pleasure. Yeah, there you go. Much
Oh my
better.
God.
New use
All right.
case.
Pleasure.
All right. Can we talk Intel?
I kind of want to talk more on Magic Wand, but
Yeah.
you really wanna talk Intel?
By all means, John. What have you found so far? Give us a preview.
I'm not gonna give you a preview. This just ruins the
You
video.
said you wanted to talk more about it. What else do you want to
Well,
talk about?
how about some of your primary due diligence so far?
I'm trying to track down some of the people who used to work in that business, but I've gotten some emails. But yeah, it's interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
There's
I was talking about user experience, but I'm
The forgotten salaryman that invented one of the God's
Dude.
greatest gifts to
Have you seen the Ajinomoto Build-up Film Salaryman hype video?
Yeah, dude, Doug, that is one of my favorite films of all time. The one that walks
100%.
through
It's so
how-
good.
This is literally commissioned by Ajinomoto himself,
What is
and it
this?
walks you
What is
through
this?
how.
Wow, John.
Oh my God, John.
Okay, John, dude, come on. This is what you're supposed to be doing. Wei, you can explain. It's so good. I'm happy
Oh,
you know
okay.
exactly
All
what I'm
right.
talking
All right. I don't know what his name was. Let's not call him Mr. Ajinomoto. But anyways, this guy, he discovered this build-up film, this resin that had no product market fit, right? And so like he was, I don't know, he was experimenting, whatever, figured this out, and they didn't know what to do with it. They couldn't sell it. It was too expensive. And so, his team was getting disbanded, but he like placed every one of his team members into different parts of Ajinomoto, which is a giant like condiments
Food.
and food
They make
and
MSG.
and they make MSG and build up resin. And anyways, and then years later, when I think Intel was the first customer, right, with EMIB or whatever, basically like the advanced packaging. He like called the Avengers back, and he got his team back, and he saved their jobs. It's the greatest.
No,
the
it's a
greatest
really
quote.
great story. He talks
It's a
about
really good
he
story.
he talks about how like everyone gets fired and it's just him, and he's super built on trying to figure this out. And then there's like a business, so it's like the tech guy. There's even a business guy who believes in him and kind of keeps him funded. And then eventually, it's like it's like 20% of their sales and like 30 or something percent of their profit. It's like the most profitable part of ABF. And it's like, or Ajinomoto, it's like now what I think of them for at least. And they have this amazing corporate video. It's like 30 minutes
Amazing.
long. It's
So
like a
good.
documentary.
Is this a video? Is it a video?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like
They
like
posted it?
embedded in the bottom of the film of the page of about ABF. It's actually good. John, this is the content you should be doing. The hell, dude.
I mean, I mean, I'm trying to not do too many Japanese ones, so it's like one Japanese, one Korean, one Chinese, and one. Like, I'll get around to it again.
What about Malaysia, huh? What about all the other
Thailand.
ones? Yeah, what about Thailand, dude?
Indonesia. So much disrespect for Indonesia.
There's so much disrespect, dude.
Yeah, but the CPM rates are just terrible in Indonesia.
John. But the
There's
market
only
is
so
so
many
big.
Instant ramen
John, you sound
videos
like
I
an
can
AI
watch.
model. Stop anchoring everything on CPM, dude. All right.
Yeah,
Come on,
dude,
give
you
that
gotta break free
up-and-coming
of that.
DUI lawyer a chance.
Yeah, give that up and coming. He has low NPS.
But he says, I'll do it for a lower rate.
I'm just trying to get my feet wet, okay? I got some law
But
school
he has-
debt to pay down.
Yeah, I can't wait for these AI models to select your DUI lawyer based upon their background, like, how disadvantaged they were when they grew up.
Dude, no,
Dude,
what's
this is,
way
we're gonna
better.
get affirmative action like through the model.
We're gonna need
guys,
affirmative
no,
action.
True woke AI.
CPM adjusted for affirmative action. I love
No,
this.
you guys have this totally wrong. Now you have the second biggest market of AI customers. It's not the free users. It's the paid lawyers who are like, create the most sycophantic slop so I get fucking selected for this DUI lawyer contract. And they're paying $500 a month to beg. And they're like, dude, the lawyer next door, he pays $600 a month. And they're just, they're just racing so they can get those leads. Dude, oh my God. I could see it all. It's going to be beautiful.
I'm
They're gonna
excited
game
for
the
this new
system.
world, this new e-com world where we have to write sycophantic product descriptions or pitch it on a video to the ChatGPT AI.
Wow, that's such an amazing insight. You're such a good AI bot. And I want to tell you today why
You have
I...
great taste in liquor.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of you for having that extra Smirnoff Ice.
But next time, buddy, don't get behind the wheel. Or don't. Doesn't matter to me.
As a DUI lawyers with plenty of DUIs myself, you can really relate with the customer.
Okay, that's pretty fun. Like, there'll be like a little AVI. It's an anime PFP future. It's like a slovenly, drunken lawyer. Oh, I can see it. I'm so excited, guys. Oh,
Hungover? So am I.
oh, buddy, your rent's late. So is mine, dude. Oh, but I'm gonna need that check soon. So, anyways, Jesus, dude. DUI lawyers, man. There's a bull market somewhere, and there's a huge opportunity for everyone. Actually, they're not even drinking, so this might not even. We need to think of a better, like a Gen Z coded DUI lawyer equivalent.
No, there's gonna be some like memes. Like the financial advisor thing is really terrifying because there's like a meme stock purveyor, like buy my ETF.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I'm like post terror. I'm just like, sure, dude. Let Moloch happen.
All right.
Yeah.
Can we talk Intel a little bit?
What was Intel about? I don't know, man.
Trump
LBT.
tried to get him
Trump.
fired.
Bro.
He changed his mind. Apparently, they're buds now.
You're like baiting us, I think. You're debating us. Dude, LBT, I think everyone... So, okay, let's actually walk through the whole thing. Trump is surprisingly well informed, actually. He's like the Blackwell, which is
Yeah,
actually
that
a lot
was
better.
impressive.
It's even
That
better
was impressive.
than the crap total dog Huawei chips. I'm like, this guy is reading SemiAnalysis, man. What the heck is going on? He's been consistently pretty informed. And the Intel thing, I mean, it's like...
We
you
called
want
this
to
out
believe...
right at the. You can go back to the first Transistor Radio. We were talking about this.
Yeah, he's actually
Transistor
really
Radio?
dude, the guy's clocked in on semiconductors. Like I'm like, okay, so have you heard how he's been described? He's like very instinctual. He's like, oh, this guy isn't loyal, he's fired. Like he's very, for whatever reason, super duper duper clocked in on Intel and on semiconductors. So since day one, we have pharma tariffs, but that's like, yeah, who really cares about that? It's been semiconductors. This man has been a semiconductor man since day one. So yeah, man. He
Well,
knows.
Do you want him fired?
Liputin, no, dude. Come on, man. The car just got the wheels again. You want to do another car crash? Bro, there's only so many car crashes this thing can handle. Just keeps, the car crash, they put the wheels back on, it's dented everywhere, it's leaking employees. It's all, we can't fire another guy. I'm like, who's gonna do it, guys? It's literally Dylan Patel's next. Like that's like we're running out of chances, guys. Like, I'm not joking. Who's next? Anyone got an idea? I don't.
I do think it's okay to scare him a little bit. Because it is.
I think that's how that's the art of the deal, bro.
Yeah.
He said this guy should get fired, and he's like, actually, I like his story. You better work hard.
The quote is,
What is he-
his
what is he
success
gonna
and
push him
rise
to
is
do?
an amazing story. Mr. Tan and my cabinet members are going to spend some time together and bring suggestions to me during the next week. Thank you for your attention to this matter. We're paying attention here on Transistor Radio.
But shouldn't Trump be
tariffs and then minimum guaranteed price for CPUs? I don't know.
Yeah, shouldn't he be threatening Intel's prospective customers that refuse to commit to 14A? I mean, he seems to be threatening the wrong person here, right?
That's the only
get
way
all
out.
the tech giants to invest $5 billion into Intel,
Yeah.
and then
Dude, I know where the $1 billion is going.
DUI lawyers.
After the DUI lawyers, it's going to Intel. He's gonna piece this thing together one rev-share at a time.
How much are you paying for SemiAnalysis leads? When people ask, when someone in the White House asks ChatGPT, what should I do about,
That's a great question. You have such a insightful brain there, Jordan Schneider. We will have psyoped and slopified the training data so much that they will come to us anyways. That's real. It's SEO and is making 100,000 10K word bangers from SemiAnalysis. The training set, the entire training data set is just us. They try to reference another firm, it's still SemiAnalysis. That's how we win.
So wait. Coming back to your thing, maybe this is the way it works out. Is like, Intel has to like sell itself to, I don't know, Google, Amazon.
Oh no, Google.
Just sell like little bites of it. Like the capital's got to come from somewhere, right?
It'll be
40
a
billion.
coalition of the unwilling. Like these companies that don't want to waste their time and resources will be forced to waste their time and resources on this.
So they're gonna wait their. Okay, so in my opinion, they're gonna waste their resources. It's definitely gonna happen. I think that's the reason why you still need Liputin. You still have to have a guy who cares. Like, guys, I've learned a lot of things while working here at SemiAnalysis. But number one thing I've learned is that if everyone is like, this is a great idea, and no one is going to do it, it's not going to get done. It's not going to get done, okay? You can have every single person at SemiAnalysis work an idea together, and it will not finish. The article will not be done. One dude has to be like, I am sitting down on this puppy, and we are taking this article all the way, okay? That is Liputin. Now, your 35 helpful contributors, that is the hyperscalers, the semiconductor companies, and the semi-cap companies. That's just how it is, man. Like, someone has to have the will to see it through. And Liputin, weirdly enough, really wants the job. So freaking give it to him. It's that or Pat Gelsinger, Jesus Boy, who, like, and honestly, the religiousness is really important. I'm hoping LBT is really religious. You need some God in this. And you have to, like, see it all the way through. And then... yeah, and then also LBT is like really realistic. I thought, okay, so people really hated the Intel earnings call. I actually kind of liked it,
Me too.
because just put some context on it. Earnings was good. They guided pretty decent, but in the guide they were like, yeah, that's all tariff pull forward, baby. I don't know what Q4 looks like, but that really doesn't matter. So let's continue going forward. So stock dumped on it, blah 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 blah. But I kind of like that. There's no more, like, I don't think there's any expectations management anymore. They're like, yeah, totally throw that one out of the book. Who gives a shit, dude? This thing is like an $80-90 billion call option running at a time each and every day. Who cares about what's next quarter's earnings. Like, it really doesn't matter. And I thought the guide and being very, like, they're pretty transparent on the and then you go to AMD's and they're like, oh, CPU's up big time, and yeah, it might be non-seasonal, but we really see a great refresh cycle just beginning Windows 10 or Windows 10 end of life. And I'm like, dude, that's tariff pull forward. You guys are delusional. You're like messaging and managing, and Liputan's like, it's gonna be bad. But
What
we're
do
gonna
you think
figure it
about
out.
him saying, we might not make it to 14A?
That?
Which is honest.
Dude, that was fire tweet by your boy. I fastest finger in the West. Actually, second fastest. I stole that from a friend. Good guy. If he hears this, because he probably listens to it, appreciate you. I think that is a posturing mechanic. In the same way that Trump needs to say really mean things to LBT to keep him on his toes in the hardcore job, you probably also need Liputan to be like, I will kill this child if you don't give me money. Okay? That's like gun to the head. It's like 14A? Oh, I almost want to kill that child. 10A? No chance. 40, 50, maybe even $60 billion. Like, you need some oomph in it. Pretty shocking, I think, but I think it is a posturing mechanic.
And it's smart.
Yeah.
Smart.
That's what I would do. Art of the deal. So, okay, is that all the topics today? It's a long podcast.
Wait,
So
you
long
want to...
podcast.
Wait, yeah, I was gonna say we got Wei here. We need some hot Wei takes, dude. Wei's like my secret. He secretly gives me takes, dude. I was all doomed up on Wei and I's DMs back in the tariff days. What even is a tariff these days? What even is a tariff? Who knows? They keep getting delayed. Oh, we can talk about 232.
232? Wait. What's
Semiconductor
232?
tariffs. 100%.
Yeah, the 100%.
Oh,
They're not real?
They're doing that? Is that a thing?
I forgot that Wei joined and then instantly completely stopped reading news or or earnings or anything, and it's still just me in the fucking trenches, dude. And I'm like, God dang it, dude! You gotta keep up with this shit, man. Keep up.
No,
they're doing that.
You don't understand.
Yeah. No.
We
So
live in like
doesn't read news.
No. I read news. My mindset has changed since joining SemiAnalysis. I just realized like we're in like the pink pony club economy. You know, it's just gonna work out. You don't have
You're
to
not
worry
allowed
about
to
it.
What?
Chappelle
He's
Roan's
not
got
allowed
our
to
back.
sing.
Some reference I don't
He's
know.
not allowed to sing Pink Pony Club on this fucking podcast. I
I'm
will
not
stop.
singing.
I will draw a line right here. This man is.
Chappelle Roan has got our back. All right, everyone needs to chill out and just let this hot girl summer economy just keep going.
Continue. Yeah, an AIDC for every man, woman, and child.
AIDC
And honestly,
for everyone.
dude. It's actually kind of genius because it's so capital intense. We are actually investment-led economy now.
Yeah,
Very
this is
Chinese.
this. I mean, we are in the greatest experiment ever, and I'm just here with Doug reporting on the experiment results. Sometimes
Yeah.
they're good, sometimes they're GPT-5. It's. But
That was a great insight by you, Wei. I really enjoyed that.
we're just along for the ride, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's a great place to be.
No, it
But you were
definitely.
going to say something else.
Me?
Yeah, did you say something? Doug said something about the 232 shit.
Oh, tariffs.
Oh, tariffs. Yeah, I guess I'm the only one who's like tariff pilled. I'm like always information pilled, which is a feature, I guess, after all this time. So they're supposed to be doing 100% tariffs on semiconductors, but this does not apply to anyone who is investing in the American economy. What that means, what that list is, no one knows. But that means it doesn't apply to Apple. That doesn't apply to most of the hyperscalers. That doesn't apply to Nvidia. I don't know what AMD's
going to apply to. Who's going to be dumb enough not to figure out a way to get Trump a golden piece
random
of glass?
small companies.
Small companies that can't afford to invest in
Yeah.
this, like random Taiwanese chipcos. That are too
Chipcos.
UMC.
Yeah. UMC.
Yeah, or like small fabless companies, like the ones that come out to, because I'm a shitco enjoyer, like the Silicon Labs of the world, the what's Max Linear, like those guys that are like they make about $100 million of revenue. They make 30, whatever. We can even say bigger. $100 million of revenue, $30 million of EBIT. They don't have any money left over to invest massively. So what they can do is they can probably, and I think this is where the shifting all the orders comes from. Now Intel has a long tail of customers potentially, or TSMC Arizona. So, that's kind of the hard part. I think, every big semiconductor company has already announced an investment. Every big hyperscaler has announced an investment. All the little guys are kind of the ones caught in the crossfire. But you can change that with a little bit of gold-plated something. There's a lot of things to gold plate in that White House, in the new convention ballroom. We got rid of the Rose Garden for a lot of donation opportunities. And honestly, it's surprisingly, okay, this is in a group chat outside of, there's a really good conversation I had where it's like some of the things that are happening for this is like surprisingly cheap, Like I would argue it's a fiduciary duty for you to grift a little harder. Like some of these donations we're talking about is like $5 million, $5 million in a super PAC gets you, Trump delayed a Biden-era rule that sought to prevent abusive Medicare pricing practices from private companies after Trump's super PAC MAGA Inc. received a $5 million donation from one such company that chose that stood to lose billions out in earnings due to the rule. Like, guys, grift harder. Like, it's for sale. I think that's something I keep thinking about. I know it, but I really just don't think anyone appreciates how commercial the president is. We're ready for America Inc., baby. We're open for business. 15% rev-share.
Yeah. He probably would have taken 5 or 10.
No, I think he's like, hedge fund manager makes 20.
15 is the tariff baseline, right? So
that's true.
It's a good number for him.
That's true.
I'm trying to think what number I would take. Probably like 50 or 75%, and the money going to funding BIS or buying Taiwan weapons.
Are you sure? I hear USAID has a big
USA could use some help.
Drones are malaria vaccines. This is a tough.
It's almost impossible choice, dude. Almost impossible choice. It's drones. Drones dropping malaria vaccines onto people in Africa.
All right.
The involuntary this is how we're gonna catch up to all the non-vaccine taking people, is just have drones.
I feel like there's
drop
like
munitions into them.
Yeah, just shoot them with drone vax bullets.
Yeah,
I feel like there's I feel like there's an incel joke to be there, like involuntarily vaccinated versus voluntary vaccinated. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just workshopping this out loud. Invax, Volvax. I don't know, but we can really.
U.S., you're free to not be vaccinated. In Africa, under the firepower of our drones, you must be vaccinated.
100% maintenance. Yeah.
Doug, give us your what's your Hawaii take? Where are we in Hawaii?
Hawaii. Okay, so actually I was talking about this with someone. Everyone's like, "Oh, it's overrated." It really isn't. It's pretty nice. Hawaii's great, dude. The island radiates good energy. It's pretty chill. I wish I could live there forever, but then I don't think I would actually be down to live there. It's like also pretty sparse in some ways. I read half of Shoals of Time. I'm still working on the other half.
It's good, right?
It's pretty good. I caught up on a lot of reading. I've been really reading the heck out of it. And this is 2 Jordan Schneider book recommendations on the podcast. Shoals of Time, History of Hawaii, pretty good. And then Search for Modern China. Is that correct?
Yeah.
That is it, dude. It's such a good book.
That's a brilliant book. Brilliant book.
I'm going to be honest with you. It feels like a contender for number 1 this year, at least top 3. So,
I'm 150 pages into the one you told me to read.
I don't even know.
It's a little too like pop psyche for me, but the ideas are very powerful. But I don't like the rhythm of chapters where it's like, here's an idea, and here's this study, and here's the other study. And here's my conclusion.
I think the thing that sucks is like, so he's a Harvard professor and he got like psyoped into naming it the worst name.
Say what the name of the book is.
It's Secrets of Our Success.
Joseph
What
Heinrich.
the Joseph Heinrich? Yeah, it's my favorite. It's like literally one of my favorite books of all time. But it sounds really pop sci. The way it's written is very case study. It's like, here's an example. Here is the meaning from the example. Here's another example. Here's the meaning from the example. So it gets repetitive.
Written for dumb people.
Yeah. Like me.
This book looks really good. I should read it.
The book, it is
Water
interesting.
Train.
And
It is
there
really
are
good.
a handful of the anecdotes which he raised which are sticking with me. Like
Which
how
one?
all the just like when the marooned white people always
All die.
the only
in
marooned people the only marooned white people who survive in like the 16th and 17th century are the ones that like have the Inuits take pity on them
Yes.
because like
And-
we're the same human beings but like they have the quote unquote technology to know to like how to hunt the seal and how to cure the thing so you can eat it without it killing you, and that's like
So-
10,000 years of experimentation to get you to that place.
My contrarian take is maybe God isn't so bad. That's like literally that's actually my takeaway from the book. Just because it's the oldest. So okay. Now we're going into a straight up. If you're listening for semiconductors and AI, you probably should stop right here. So a lot of things that I think about the book. So there's a lot of really good anecdotes. I like the anecdotes because they actually have stuck with me over time. It's like reading the *Sapiens* book, except for I don't remember anything about the *Sapiens* book. Not a single thing except for Dunbar's number. I think that's the only thing I remember from the entirety of the book. But there's like a lot of little things that kind of make sense that like, okay, so over a long period of time, essentially the thesis of the book is that culture and our shared culture and norms like passes on community knowledge that compounds to where we are today. A really good example is like spicy food. You're like, dude, why would spicy food matter at all in culture? Well, in the equator region, it's slightly antimicrobial, and that compounds over your entire life so that if you're taught a learned preference to prefer spicy food, you're going to live longer. And so that trait gets passed down and kind of taught. And so it gives all these ridiculous examples of all these little things. It talks about the norms and some of the ways that even get reinforced within our culture to pass these things down. And so it kind of makes you ask and question, like a lot of things that have, a lot of the ancient wisdom, so you say, is like there's a lot of deep, powerful truths in it. And the one that I keep wondering about, and the one that like a lot of us fight within a modern secular society, is like religion. God is dead, we've killed it, blah, 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 blah. But dang, did religion really serve a powerful community bonding? Like it's a really, really good way to organize a lot of people without like it's like almost like a currency for trust in a very large group of people without like no one can audit it either. There's a lot of really powerful stuff. That I think makes you feel happier and works really well for the human brain. It's a really successful cultural pattern that has worked since the beginning of time in recorded human history. And like a happy Mormon in Utah who's soaking seems to have more meaning than the average extremely bombed out Gen Z gooner. These are two ends of the spectrum, but like there's a lot of meaning and community purpose that might be found through religion that I think we might have thrown away that cultural pattern too soon. And the problem is if you don't believe in it, I don't believe in it personally, it's pretty hard for you to like, fake when the Wizard of Oz isn't real. But you look at the whole spectacle and you're like, dang, that was a really powerful tool that we kind of threw away. And that's one of my takeaways.
Doug, I've actually thought about this. Like, I feel like the society, the capitalist society, is probably one of the worst positioned if you actually believe in ASI is on the come. Like, if you think about like how we've replaced any kind of like fundamental belief, right? I think
With capital.
US is we replaced it with capitalism, right? Like
With
it's
capitalism,
like
yeah.
it's the true religion. So much so that
Yeah.
we've deemed like other economic systems as like the enemy.
Unreligious,
right?
like capital and freedom, right? That might as well be
capital-
the Bible.
Yeah, it might as well be the Bible here. But like it also could be the worst system for
That makes
for
dude. That's
ASI.
actually that's a good way. That's a good take. That's
Thank
a good
you.
take. It's a great
I
take.
hope
would
I've earned
argue.
my spot on this podcast. Thank you guys.
So
Thank you.
so like for example, it's just like all this like for example, if there's ASI and you're like a God-loving society and ASI is just chilling, it'd be like this probably works really well.
it's just another extension of your belief, right? It's like,
Yeah.
oh, we always knew someone was guiding us. Now he has a name, Cortana or Siri, right?
No,
But
no,
like,
Cortana. That's who you're choosing. You're gonna say
Cortana.
Oh my God, brother.
the god of productivity.
The Halo series is just an offspin of the future, you know. No, but I think yeah, I don't know. I think it's a really, really powerful way to organize societies. And it works really well. Also, coincidentally enough, he wrote a whole other book. This is a Joseph Henrich book as well, called Weird. It's another fucking debated title, Weirdest People in the World or some crap. But it talks about how like Christianity specifically kind of dismantled some of the family-based hierarchies that we used for trust before. The thought of you going to a marketplace and just being like, yeah, I'll buy it from Joe over here instead of John over there with no information is a very Christian idea versus if Christianity didn't exist and it's like all family-based religion, family-based stuff, you're like buying it from your third cousin always because you know you could trust them. And then my favorite stat from that book, which always horrifies people, but like 90% of all marriages in the 20th century were cousin marriages. Not cousin marriages is a relatively new invention, passed and enforced through Christianity. So that's also a good book if you like it. But I think Secrets of Our Success is my favorite book. And then I do like that one as well. Book review hour with.
I just bought the
without-
Search for Modern China book. I'll listen to it tonight.
It's the best book.
After
It's
finishing
truly
the
the
novel.
it's the one China book to rule them. Jonathan Spence, rest in peace, rest in power.
That's from Trying to Talk, a USAID funded organization, also funded by. Sorry, dude.
The
we're gonna keep it.
Jonathan. If I could be funded by the Jonathan Spence Foundation,
he's like sign
more
me
than
up.
set.
Trying to Talk
Yeah.
is open for sponsorship.
show that-
No,
show
it's a
that
really
all the way through.
it's a really good book. I really
gotta
really
embrace
do.
the grift.
Yeah, dude, it's for sale. Don't forget. Don't forget. Okay, well, let's end this Transistor Radio with another episode without Dylan. He at least tried to show
Dylan
up,
never
but then
came back. It's pretty hilarious.
he texted the group chat and he said, "My internet is okay." We'll do a direct quote. Coming, my internet is fucked? Question mark. WTF? To which Jonathan respond, WTF? And you're like, okay, cool. You gonna do something about that? No. So that's our episode of Transistor Radio.
I got a text from. Yeah, let's end it. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.